everyone, Jay here, Izuki Goroto, back with you once again. I am still here, I am still alive, and I'm back. Now, the reason why I haven't been making so many videos lately, or any, my Transformer collection is running kinda low. I've got like 6 things I can do, and no, that'd be about one a week now if I wanted to get them all done before auto assembly. So I've been racking my brain thinking of stuff to do. I mean, I can't do vlogs because I just can't think of shit to talk about for 10 minutes without some kind of stimulus, but I'm generally not very good at things like that. But so I'm back with you for the first of hopefully a regular feature in my channel now. So let me all know what you think, and yeah. So today I'm going to be bringing you a video game review. And what game you may be asking? Well, it's one of my favourite RPGs from my PlayStation 2. I'm going to be reviewing dotHack Infection. Right, so we'll start off with the plot summary. A brief plot summary with not too many spoilers. There will be a couple, just so you know. So yeah, you play as, well, you name your character. It's really kind of a faceless character that most games seem to have nowadays, but you can relate to him a bit more because of events that happen in the game. But basically, it's set in an MMO world. It's basically an offline MMORPG kind of thing, but with more of a plot than your MMO, so it's kind of worth it. I mean, I really enjoyed the plot of this game, but okay, so it starts off, you create your character, but you don't get to customize the character beyond the name, to be honest. But yeah, you play as Kite, a twin blade class character in the world's most popular online RPG, and you've been invited to play by your friend Yasuhiko, I think it is, but he plays by the name of Orca in this world. So you and Orca are going around to this one area, and Orca's basically teaching you the basics of the game, like X for each attack, blah de blah de blah de blah, pause, spells, you know. But yeah, so on you go into the dungeon, right, and the areas in dotHack I'll come on to in a bit, but the dungeon of this area, right, he takes you through it to the end, to this thing called the Zeit statue, or the Got statue, it's one of those two. And they basically contain treasures for whoever wants to come and find them, whoever can make it to them. So yeah, you go to the dungeon, go to the statue, get the treasure, all's well, blah de blah de blah. Upon going to the exit of the dungeon, you see some kind of mysterious white ghostly girl fly past, being chased by this monster. Now this monster is named Skaith. He's one of, I think, 7 or 8 phases, and phases are the bosses of the series. But Skaith is the main boss of Infection. So yeah, you chase after them, and basically, well, Skaith is a kind of sentient program, I believe, chasing after this girl in white, Aura, who holds the Book of Twilight. Now, this is probably sounding like a load of crap, to be honest, but so yeah, so Aura gives Orca this book because Orca's one of the best players in the world. I think he's second best, tied with a character you'll meet later in the game called Balmung. But yeah, so Aura gives this book to Orca, and Skaith basically crucifies Aura with his staff. He literally crucifies her and reduces her to nothing, right, before turning to your friend Orca. Now, he kills his character, right, and normally you'd think, oh, your character's died, blah, game over. You can just start again from the beginning of the dungeon. Well, not in the case of Skaith and the phases, because Skaith uses this method where he drains all the data from the person's character, and because the game is played using a headset, in the game of course, so it's a game within a game, but yeah. So the game is played using a headset, it induces a coma to the player in the real world. So your friend gets put into a coma, and he passes the book to you, and then sends you out of the dungeon. So that's basically the plot setup to this whole thing. It's kind of a mystery of what happened to your friend, how to get him out of it. You meet loads of characters along the way, loads of really varied people, and yeah, before eventually taking on Skaith at the end of the game. Now, the Book of Twilight gives your character a kind of cool ability in my opinion. The ability called Data Drain, which Scathe used on Orca. It reduces a monster to a level 1 status, but gives you no experience for killing it at all. But I lost my train of thought for a second there. Gives you no experience for killing it, but you obtain a virus core, which you use to hack into certain areas of the game. Right? Okay. Now, the areas themselves. The areas are randomly generated, but you can have an effect on them by combining 3 sets of keywords to create the area, the field type, the monsters, the weather, things like that. Now, the surface level on the area is kind of bland and sparse, with only a few structures and enemies. It's a dungeon where the game's really come into their own. Each area outside of the main hub town, bracket S, bracket, has a surface level, which you just run around and kill stuff on, and the dungeon level. Now the dungeon is completely randomly generated, except on the first area in the game, because of the scripted events that need to happen, but other than that, yeah, they're completely randomly generated. Each room will be different, the layout and the path to the statue at the end will be different, and things like that. And the monsters themselves can be quite a challenge. Occasionally you get special virus monsters that you need to data drain in order to break some kind of shielding on them, so you can actually damage them. Because, as I think Balmung says, their hit points are infinite. But yeah. So the gameplay then, it's kind of hack and slashy, well, pseudo hack and slashy. You press X for standard attacks, triangle to go into the menu, select spells and things like that for all those. And it's real time, which is a bonus for Japanese RPGs, because other than 1 or 2, I cannot stand turn-based games. Just seems something bland and pointless about, I'll hit you now. Okay, now I've got to wait 10 seconds before I can hit you again while you do something. Oh, it's my turn again now. But yeah, so I love real-time games. Real-time action games, yeah. And this is one of them, so... And you got a party system as well, where you can have like 3, you and 2 of the other characters in the game, team up and go out. Or you could just go it alone if you really wanted to, though I wouldn't advise that. The AI in this game, the partner AI, is actually quite smart. They won't bug you all the time for healing, they can manage themselves. All you need to do is give them equipment and look after them and stuff. Like if they die, you have to revive them. But that's about it really. I mean, they've never got in my way in my 2 or 3 playthroughs this game. And yeah. Now, graphics. It's PS2, bear in mind. But I still think the graphics of the game were quite good for the time. I mean, they weren't the best, but look at proper MMOs, look at World of Warcraft. The graphics on that, let's be honest, aren't particularly good. Right? So compare it to this and you're about average really. I mean, the graphics on World of Warcraft are better than this, but end rambling. So yeah, the graphics are decent. But overall, I'd recommend you play this game. I mean, I really loved it, and if you're a fan of Japanese RPGs, then you will probably like it if you can stand the fact that it's real-time and not turn-based. If you hate turn-based JRPGs, then here you go, this is something for you. So, this is J. Izuki Garoto recommending dotHack Infection. Oh, and one more thing actually, yeah. If we open this up, you'll notice there are 2 discs, right? You've got the actual game here, and episode 1 of dotHack Liminality, which is an anime series following events happening outside of the game, in the real world, where a girl, Mai Minase, I think, is trying to find out what's happening to all these players that are going into comas all of a sudden. But yeah, so you get that free as well, which is quite a nice bundle. So yeah, so I recommend you at least rent this game if you can find it. I mean, you could probably pick it up for 2 or 3 quid now. I mean, if you've got a PS2 and you like RPGs, it's definitely worth it. So, yeah, so I recommend it. So until next time guys, this was J. Izuki Garoto. I should be back with you for another video later today. Transformers related, don't worry. So until next time, peace out.